Hi everyone, this is Adrian Cobalt here with Metroid II, The Return of Samus. This is going to be another soft-spoken playthrough. I've already done the original Metroid for the NES, and I'd like to take you through the sequel, which was made in 1991 for the Game Boy. So, the style of play is much the same as the original. Several new mechanics and features are added. Right away we can see that Samus now has a starship, which will appear in pretty much all the games after, including this one. Samus herself looks kind of a bit more formidable, more detailed at least, despite not being colored at all. Seems to run quite a bit faster. The Game Boy obviously had a very much smaller display area than the TVs used with the NES would have had. So less of the rooms that you were in are shown, but at the same time a lot of the areas I find are bigger and are more complex at least than were in the original on the planet Zebes. Now this game, the first game has Samus going to Zebes to eliminate all the Metroids there and to defeat the Mother Brain, which is controlling them. In this game, which takes place after, sees Samus travel to the Metroid homeworld SR388, and her job now as a contract bounty hunter is to eliminate the entire native Metroid population, including the Queen Metroid, which is responsible for reproducing and fueling basically the Metroid population. So right ahead, we have our first Metroid encounter. You can see it has hatched from the membrane that we are accustomed to seeing it in. Oh boy. As in the original game, missiles are the only weapon that can do any real damage to them. What you can see right here are health and missile replenishing recharge stations, as it were. We'll want to keep an eye out for those. I have to apologize in advance if I need to have a look at a map for this game. As I said, the world is quite a bit more complex than the original game. However, I've beaten this game a few times, so I'm pretty confident I can do it, but I by no means purport to be expert on this game. Now, Metroid II, like its predecessor, is roughly a 3-hour long affair. Depending on the amount of time it takes you to complete the game, you can get different endings. As we saw before, the faster you complete the game, here's a save station, the faster we complete the game, basically the less clothing we'll see Samus wear. So, Nintendo knows how to give the proper incentives, I guess you might say. Well, I'm going to talk, I think, about some of the new features they've added. Samus can now crouch by hitting the down button. So, crouch is basically now a stage before you enter your morph ball. While in midair, Samus can aim downwards. So she's able to shoot in 4 directions as opposed to the 3 we were accustomed to in the original Metroid. For right now, that may be the only, those may be the only noticeable changes to how this game plays. Of course, we'll be getting a number of suit upgrades, and those will change Samus's abilities in some pretty unique and interesting ways. Some of these ways we may not see again in the series, as a matter of fact. I'll be sure to point any of those out. Now you can see in these pits here is some lava. The lava level on the planet recedes whenever you defeat a certain amount of Metroids. You can see in the bottom right corner of the screen there's a little animated icon with the number 38 next to it. That indicates how many Metroids we have left on the entire planet. And if you were to pause, like that, it's changed to the letter L followed by the number 4. That means in this zone we are currently in, we have 4 Metroids. Basically, we have to kill 4 more Metroids before the lava levels will recede again. The catchy tune from before is gone now. It's a bit more of an atmosphere of dread now, as much as can be had on a 1991 Game Boy game, but you know, Samus kind of clarifies that when you are in space, alone, no one can hear you scream. Metroid games kind of do a good job of reminding us about that. And we have a new sort of song playing in the background. We're actually in some Chozo ruins. The Chozo, as you may remember, or may already know, were an advanced race, avian humanoids, whose technological civilization surpassed most other species' civilizations in the galaxy. Samus herself was taken in and raised by a group of Chozo after her family and the colony in which she lived was massacred by these space pirates, the very same space pirates who gained control of the Metroids in the previous game. The Chozo were known to have settled in across quite a few planets in the Metroid universe, and this planet, SR-388, appears to be no exception. We have an energy tank, always useful. Adds another 100 units to our overall health count. Sorry it's been a while since I released any of these videos. I had some school stuff going on, and also I was not quite sure how to approach doing another soft-spoken sort of ASMR type video. The last set of videos I whispered pretty much through the whole thing, and I received a couple suggestions that maybe maybe it wasn't useful just to whisper through the whole thing. So I'm trying this new sort of more soft-spoken but not quite whisper level playthrough. I know some of you also said you enjoyed the sounds of the keyboard. Fortunately, I'm playing on an emulator, so should be plenty of that. So, hope everyone's summer's been going good, those of you who are on summer vacation, and you know, even if you're not, the weather's usually pretty nice, so hope you've been able to enjoy some of that. It's been really hot where I live, and I actually got a chance to visit Europe this summer with my family, and we visited a few places. We started in Italy and kind of worked our way up towards London, and it was really, really hot in Europe. Italy, most of all, I think. We went to Rome and visited the Vatican City. Vatican City, it's amazing. It's beautiful, it's amazing, awe-inspiring, hottest place I've ever been. We were on a guided tour that lasted about 3 hours, and I have no complaints about the tour. The tour was fantastic, but there were several parts where we were just out in the main plaza area, and it was just scorching hot. It was so difficult. But that being said, I really enjoyed going to Europe. I had never been there before. London, I think, may have been my favorite place that we went. The architecture there I thought was fantastic. It's I think the way kind of the modern styles have meshed with the older, Victorian and earlier styles is really eye-catching, really nice to look at. Unfortunately, we didn't get to spend a ton of time in London. If I ever do go back, if I ever do find myself in a position to go on a nice vacation, I might really consider going back to London, maybe just London for a week or so, and really get to see the city. I think we stayed in a flat in South Kensington, and it was nice. It was a bit separated, I think, from everything, and we had to pretty much take cabs everywhere we went. There were 5 of us, and to take the tube with 5 people is really expensive. So that kind of restricted a little bit where we were able to go. We went on a bus tour, which actually did a pretty good job of taking us through the more interesting parts of London. And so yeah, it was kind of going there. It was kind of a good first taste, I think, of an experience that I think could be far more complete in the future. Sorry, I kind of lost steam there. Well, enough about my Europe trip, though. We earlier received, and you have seen me probably using it, an item called the Spider Ball. Oh, I'm back where I was before. But the Spider Ball basically allows the Morph Ball to adhere to the walls, ceilings. It's basically a sticky ball. Lets you climb. The Spider Ball did come back. This is the only 2-dimensional Metroid in which it appears, but it did come back in the Metroid Prime series, which, as you may or may not know, is a first-person game for the GameCube and Wii. There were MDS, actually. There were 4 main games in the Metroid Prime series, and there was actually a Metroid Prime Pinball, which was actually pretty good. I kind of liked that game a lot. I'm not very good at pinball, not at all, really. So, but I thought it was fun. It really kind of captured the essence of Metroid in a pinball form, which was something I didn't really think was going to be possible. But you know, whether it was good or bad or not, I would have gotten it. It was you know, it was a Metroid game. I love Metroid games. Oh boy, I'm kind of running into a lot of things. Bomb these rocks. Get through. Most of the time we can bomb those rocks. I'm not sure, not all the time. We may need the spider ball. No, we don't actually. Oh, these things. They look like really big mosquito heads. It's kind of gross. But anyways, I hope you're enjoying this as much as you may have enjoyed the my previous actually playthrough of the original Metroid. If you want to leave any suggestions, I would of course appreciate that. I'm always open to suggestions. Even if I may not like them, I try to take them to heart. So please leave those in the comments if you wish. Now, before I hadn't really been good about separating my videos into manageable chunks of time. I'm going to try to keep my videos about 15 minutes long each this time, but I think for this first one I'm going to go the full 20. From this point on, however, I'd like to do 15-minute videos. As I said, the Metroid II, this one, is only about a 3-hour game, so that should be about 12 videos, if I did my math right. I think I did. So yeah, about 12 videos in this playlist. If it goes more or less, you know, whatever happens will happen. I think we only have one Metroid left before the lava recedes. Once I defeat that Metroid, I think I will call it good. Freeze state this, and we'll pick up from there. To get my soft-speaking chops on, so to speak, I started watching Bob Ross's Joy of Painting. That guy knows how to paint really fast. Fortunately, he's no longer with us, but I'm sure most of you knew that. It's been really interesting kind of watching those videos though. Really relaxing. I don't know how to paint, so kind of watch those videos in awe of the skill that I will never possess. Alright, so there went that guy. The screen's going to start shaking in a second. That'll mean that the lava is going down and we'll be able to go deeper into the planet. So there you have it. That was part 1 in a series of 12 or so. We'll see. I hope that these videos continue to come out. I'm hoping to do about 1 a day. They may be a little more stretched out, but who knows? I'll do my best to keep a consistent pace. But thank you, anyone, for watching. I hope that you have fun watching, and I know I will have fun playing and recording, so I will see you all later.